We are back for the last time tonight as we're headed towards Game 4 of this very first game day here at the PostTV Esports Masters Season 5 League of Legends competition. VACE Esports versus Royal Family. We just had Snooze taking a very dominant win against Stabil. This game was after a quite dominant win from Royal Family as well, so we've had some very strong shows of power up to now. And going into this fourth game, we have two teams who have already had a win today, which is always good for the spirits, right?
Definitely. And it's definitely even a really cool matchup to see, because Royal Fam, for me, maybe the strongest team in the competition. And then VACE, with Exo, with Dan, they just, and of course with Valerian, it's just such a strong lineup with those three. And then I really like Shunrim. I think his fresh was phenomenal. So I think that this lineup is really, really powerful. And on the other side, VACE, I like Thunder Yordle. I like the whole game one we saw from VACE, but I believe they are a little bit or less strong. So probably a clear favorite with Royal Fam. But who knows? Maybe Thunder Yordle takes off. Maybe up high just out micros on lane against Shunrai and stuff. So maybe we see a big upset. Would be cool to see. But I believe that Royal Fam should have a clear favorite in this situation. Should be the clear favorite.
Well, we will see how that goes, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we've got the game already ready to run up. Just as a reminder, whether you've forgotten because just like me you have the brain of a goldfish, or maybe you just joined in and didn't catch the news yet, we are using replays rather than watching live because there are slight issues with the spectator mode, because it's the start of the season. We'll say that's the reason. But yes, Game 4 is ready, so we might as well jump right into it and see what those two teams have cooked up for us in this fourth game of tonight.
Yeah, let's go.
If you said it, let's go. Reminded me a bit of, you know, the video with that kid that plays with the like miniature stuff, and he's got like a, how do you call these in English? Fairies, I don't know. And he's like, okay, let's go. You know that video?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll send it to you later.
I know the video with the boy in the cellar who says with like I don't know, I could only say it in German anyway. But no, I don't know the meme you're referring to. Anyway, we have Royal Fam against VACE, and I don't know the draft, but we see so many cool picks. I mean, just think about it. Aksha, Nunu, what is happening there? And on the other side, Belveth, Casio, Malphite. It's again Malphite against Cannon. I mean, just what a crazy matchup. Thunder Yordle just plays it again. Belveth, it's actually a Belveth OTP, and Belveth got banned in the last match. I think he gets out. Arpai on Bard. Bard is so broken right now. So many crazy picks. And even Casio, I talked about it briefly. It's his most played champion. He is kind of like a Casio OTP. So seeing him on Casio, seeing Belveth, seeing Thunder Yordle's Cannon, did they even scout each other or just bend meta or something and just play comfort now? I don't know. It's a crazy draft.
Yeah, definitely. And also quite a few picks that we haven't seen in a while, or I haven't seen at all, even with the LOL over the past season. Something like Akshan. And for me personally, as a caster, one of the first times I see it competitively. And I also love seeing the Bard. Bard always brings so much fun in a game, whether they're good or just able to play it. Definitely we're up for a fun game here. Stacks falling onto a pie.
Yeah, it's such a crazy game. And they even swapped the matchup now? It's so crazy. They just swapped Malphite into Akshan, and just because that's a better matchup for him, and then of course Cassio against Cannon. Cannon can't really use his range versus melee now, and it's so crazy. They just swap it. Oh man, Roy Fam with the jukes, and just look at that Roy. Oh, this is all a bolo. And that's the Cassie OTP, just knowing I can kill him here because I'm broken, I guess. And it's just working out against Thunder Yordle.
Yeah, works out really well. Has to be careful because here comes the Nunu with the snowball and flashes out. That's a guaranteed return kill for Thunder Yordle. So there is at least a that does play into his hand. Not all hope is lost.
No, and I mean, he can even freeze the wave now. And actually, there could be a repeat gank because Cassio has no flash and there's a freeze. So I would gank it again because she probably plays aggressive again and needs to push it out. So, but Nunu already passed bot lane, so no more repeat gank. But that could have been a crazy snowball to keep Cassio out of the game with just a repeat gank. We could have seen that. Anyway, Belref actually, with the new Void Crabs, gets her true form after the second round of Void Crabs. So because it's a void object, her true form gets triggered, and those Void Mipes, which get spawned if you get 5 or 6 of those Void Crabs, actually spawn her little own voidlings, I don't know, and we see a little 1-for-1 actually. So if Baref gets the second void of Krabs and or the Baron, there are so many spawning void thingies from Belvev, it's crazy. She can just push the turret with an army of void Krabs.
She can get monsters pretty early on. We have the engage on the bot lane coming in from Royal Family. They're able to pick up a kill, but they themselves are gonna not suffer 2 losses, as Molak is able to get away really low from MZ, who does not want to risk it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Belvev is such a broken champion. She just gets in, gets 2 kills, gets out, survives it, is mobile, and Belvev fleet is so strong.
Yes, she is able to snowball really fast as well, get strong really quick, and I think especially now, you've mentioned it with the Void Grabs, this just makes her get stronger faster, essentially, compared to before. But for now, very even game, 3 kills on both sides, no gold lead whatsoever. Also, in terms of CS, we are rather even on most fronts.
Yeah, and that's the first round of Void Crabs. Belvev, of course, likes those, just takes them down. Like I said, it's one of her win conditions to get at least 5 to then spawn extra little void creeps with every void map which is dying. It's like it's like a normal minion, so she just gets more. And of course, just farming for her, just getting more passive stacks is always a good thing. But we already see that even though I said that Royal Blue, that Royal Fam probably is one of the strongest teams in our division, VACE is playing really good, especially Mace on the bot side with Arpai together, just holding their own against Stan, who, like I said, is one of the strongest. Oh no, it's not Dan. Wait a second. Oh yeah, it's Dan. Who's just one of the strongest ADC probably, but they just kind of clap the bot lane at the moment.
Yes, and we pick up the first Drake on sides of VACE Esports. This puts you in a bit more of a comfortable position. I really like what Molag is doing on this Belvev as well since the start of the game. Has been mercilessly been going into the enemy jungle, taking camps here and there. Just being an annoyance overall for the Nunu player, who comes in bot lane with a huge snowball, and the root is gonna hit, and they keep the CC up on that, and they are able to pick up the kill, and it's a double kill going on to MZ.
Yeah, MZ is just crazy on this Varus right now, and it's you said it, it's a huge snowball. No, it's the biggest snowball alive or something. I think the ability name is called something like that. Biggest snowball. It's just crazy. It just finds the angle. He finds the drift, and gets in there. So especially against an unmobile bot lane like Dan is playing with Ashe, without flash, you're always dead, and that's working out really well right now.
Yes, definitely trying to get the lead. Coming in as the, let's say, underdog in this matchup, it's very important for VACE Esports to be able to pick up pace in some way, and in my very humble opinion, getting 4 kills this early in the game on your AD carry is usually a good way of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what Rakuzi is doing with 3 kills in the early game, right?
Yep. Yeah, and here we have the catch maybe on Malak. Sub-Zero is dropped. He's able to flee as Shanrim is joining in along with Axo from the bottom mid lane. We have the flash out from the Nunu player, and Chandadara goes Ori. So much action for red buff. Do they? Oh, almost stole it with the boomerang, but here we have the engage from VACE. Snowball coming in, getting tagged by Axe, so very nice ultimate in order to save his teammates. Maybe the damage coming in onto Molak. We do not get to spin around to get the angle, but it's still enough to get 2 kills off of Royal Family.
Yeah, and I mean, his ultimate over the wall stopped the snowball, but in the end, you need your ultimate against Mace, right? I mean, this ADC is 4-0. Just try to kill them, maybe, but no, they just try to disengage, and in the end, get chased down. And now, with 2 kills on Akshan's hands, he is maybe even able to carry again as well. So this team comp comes alive, basically. And with 7-3, I would not have believed it, but VACE is playing out of their mind. I mean, Rablu for me maybe top 1, but now I need to reconsider it because maybe VACE is the best team in our league. Who knows? I mean, that's already for me like a little upset. It's not the biggest upset in our league, but just to see VACE outplaying them basically in the early game means a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to set the space to get the wins where you should is definitely a huge win, especially when you come in as an underdog in this kind of matchup. Now you gotta leave it to Royal Family. We do have a difference of 4 kills. They are still able to keep up in terms of CS at least, and this is huge. The Belvath being able, we see, to get those 6 actually whole void grubs for them. We saw earlier that those can be a huge boon. But VACE is not sleeping. We have the gank on the bot side, on the other side of the map. Huge damage coming out. TPs coming in from both top laner. However, Cassiopeia is there first, is able to pick up the counter kill. And overall, 1-1 while the enemy gets the 6 void grubs. This is a bit of a tough one to bite in.
Yeah, and now she has true form, which is really important for Belvath. And actually, this void true form now lasts for 3 minutes. Normal form just lasts for 1 minute, but her form now is 3 minutes long, spawning extra void creatures after every single minion dies and stuff. So that's a really huge power spike, and she tries to fight Alpine.
Yeah, definitely was looking to get a catch. She has to be careful, however, 1v2 it might be a bit too greedy. Here comes the snowball. Eats the wall. Drake is about to spawn, and both teams are actually coagulating towards the bot lane. A lot of damage falling onto the Belvath. CC out to Shanrim. Very nicely played from Thunderjol in the middle of them. Nice unstoppable force coming in from Axo. Gets 4 people, and with that Royal Family Esports is able to turn the fight around as Dan is guiding his way towards the enemies. Are they going to go through the tunnel? So does the Cassiopeia. Double kill for the top laner, well, actually usually mid laner from Royal Family, and they're able to turn the situation around here.
What a team fight by Roy Fam, and that's the reason why I put them on probably first place in the league. They just cracked this team fight, but no, oh, Casio needs to be a little bit careful. There's Nunu, there's Akshan, but she's a strong snake.
Ooh, very nice ultimate coming out. He's able to CC the Akshan and kill him as well, picking up Shutdown on the way, and not a little. 800 gold of Shutdown is huge.
Yeah, both got actually a shutdown there. That was really funny.
The fight around the Baron, a lot of CC falling out. Molag is able to get the first kill here, get the true form, and with the CC of the corrupted chain, temperate fate to keep him there, and I believe he's not gonna flee from there. Very nice Q. Gets really low, is able to get away actually.
That's a really contested game so far. Both sides give their best. Actually, the Drake fight was really funny because Morlock dashed over the wall in 4 people. He didn't knew that there are 4 people and then instantly trying to flash out. That was really funny this moment. But in the end, it worked out for World Fam. Oh, Thunderjordan in his matchup. He knows it. He can play it. He beats it. I mean, that's funny because they swapped the lanes to not get this matchup, and now Malphite is defending him with just Frozen Heart and Tabase. Oh, good shot on there.
Good reaction from Vashil.
Yeah, amazing. Now they got the second Drake and maybe even some turret damage top line. So those two plays now from Roy Fam backfired a lot. Like the lane assignment with Malphite with Axel just didn't work out, and of course now losing Drake as well.
Yes, which is of course a big dent in their armor, but they are able to keep a not too considerate but very small gold lead, but I believe here the Cassiopeia is gonna get caught. We have the ultimate, which I do not want to say out loud from Akshan because it's such a weird word. They pick up the kill. In the meantime, Royal Family goes for the cross-map play, picking up the first Herald of this game, which, if they use it correctly, can bring huge value, because we do have the Belvav that's going to get this true form here, plus Herald is always a very strong objective.
Yeah, and Herald spawns even more void MIPs, and with them even more void creatures from Belvav. So if we see it in the moment, I will definitely mention it again. Right now we saw first turret going down bot lane, now second turret of the game and first turret of Royal Fam going down top lane, so kinda a trade of objectives, and there's Thunderlord.
He's able to bring out the Slicing Maelstrom, Snowball coming in, and a TP comes in from the Cassiopeia as well, as Royal Family is agglomerating on the mid lane. Tier 1 is still up, but they put down the Herald with the charge. This turret should be no issue whatsoever. If it isn't destroyed earlier with all of the small creatures, yeah, we can see this army of little void creatures from the Belvav.
And they spawn more void creatures if they die. It's so crazy.
No. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, they got a full turret with that. So well played by Royal Fam, just getting something out. And you can see it. They lead just by a small margin in gold. But it's really close, this game. And especially just look at both mid lane and AD carry. Both have 6 and 1, have a shutdown. So those two ADCs, they can definitely carry a teamfight if they get a chance for. The front line is kind of lagging, especially with Snunu. Wanted to build AP with the boots, but no building armor and stuff, magic resistance. So he is probably a frontline in the end. Bard will be a frontline. He even built like how is it called? No, not Mercury. It's like Miracle. I don't know. Anyway, Axu gets engaged and probably dies. Yeah. And just this item you can use CC and, for example, for the Ash Arrow.
It'll be Michaelis, no?
Yeah, Michaelis. You're smurfing.
Yep.
You
that's
just know it.
Old names I know.
Yeah. So again, a trade of turrets. Bot for top.
Yeah, we're keeping very even in this game, right? The gold lead is... the gold lead is nothing. It doesn't exist anymore. There's only VACE, which they have 2 Drakes, which can be substantial. Here we have the Enchanted Arrow hitting bunch of CC onto the Nunu player, but the counter engage is coming in from VACE Esports as Emilina is joining in, but it's a bit too late. Two people in the unstoppable force. MC getting pushed back. Iaxo, Thunder Yodel in the back line, able to do God's work as well for Royal Family, as they're starting to escape with very little health left for quite a few of them. Oh boy.
I think Thunderjola could have killed more luck there, but then he turns to kill Dan rather with his ultimate, so he tried to kill the more important target with the ADC. In the end, it was such a close fight. I mean, more like survived with 1 health, Axo survived really close, and like it was the ultimate of it was a fight of the big ultimates. Axo fighting 3-man knockup into Thunderjola fighting like a 3-man ultimate. Yeah. It was really close for both sides. And oh, maybe she's a little bit too far forward. Good petrifying case.
He has to use it, but here we have Molag in the back line. Is he going to be able to pick up the kill on Valkyrie? He is, and they are able to interrupt the escape of the dude. That's 2 members died for VACE Esports, and with that, Royal Family is able to find this upstream wind to pick up a new pace. A Drake is about to spawn, and now they're able to take control a bit. With 2 members down, they could try to get the ball rolling here.
Yeah, and I mean, Drake, it's just the first one, so Royal Fam needs a couple of more Drakes to actually get a soul. So VACE got a lot of time out of their first 2 dragons, and they have plenty of scaling. I mean, double ADC always scales a lot. Side lane with Thunderjola should scale really well. So, game looks decent for both sides. I mean, it's 1k gold, but we see in terms of team fighting that both sides can easily win a fight with just a little bit more luck, with just a little bit more like chaining CC and stuff, because Thunderjola can kill probably all of them if they play the fight a little bit better, for example. But also if Axo just gets a bigger ultimate or whatever, so it's all up in the air. Both teams can win this game.
It's very volatile right now.
Yeah,
and it's
definitely
kind of like a storm brewing, right? So we have the tension going up, and both teams are getting stronger and stronger, but nobody is getting a clear lead here. I don't believe it's going to go until suddenly one team, just by a margin, gets this 1 ace on the enemy, and from there they'll be able to slide down. It's all going to explode at some point, because that's how the game goes.
Yeah, and you have double ADC, so with that you can easily rush down Baron. On the other side you have Cassiopeia, Belveth, Ashe, so they can easily rush the Baron for themselves as well. So there's always this constant pressure that one of those teams will just start Baron.
Here we have the engage. Axel going onto the turret, tempered fade onto the turret. This does not play into the hands of VACE Esports, as right now Royal Family is able to pick up 2 kills. Some people have to disengage, but they're still in numerical advantage. Here we have the slicing Maelstrom that does not hit too much. Thunderjola getting really low at the hands of the Cassiopeia. 4 kills for Royal Family, and they are now going to pick up the support up. I know he gets away with, even gets the kill on the enemy support, gets away with very little low health, but that's 4 people for 1 in favor of Royal Family Esports, who now have a 3k gold lead, and this starts to be considerable as they also engage on the Baron.
Yeah, but Thunderjola, yes, almost flash, yes, teleport, there's a blue ward. We might just see him teleporting in there and just ulting them. I mean, they are all so low. And there comes Nunu and Bart. They later. Well, it's almost, but Thunderjola, they just rushed it down too fast. Like I said, Cassiopeia together with Ashe and Belveth, the Baron, just can't stand a chance.
Yes, and we're now at this moment where it's exploded. The thunderstorm is going, and the thunderstorm is Royal Family. They now have a considerable 5k gold lead. They have the Baron. Right now, they're in control.
Yeah. And of course, they are even ahead on gold. Almost 5k in total. But it still could be a long game. I mean, they still need to kill the Nexus. They still maybe need to take down some more Drakes for Soul or whatever. And unless they can't open one of those inhibitors, this game is still open. Because usually, as long as you can protect your base, it looks good. And after the first inhibitors scramble down, you might have a problem. Oh, Van der is caught.
Huge arrow, and the CC comes in. He's gonna explode. Yeah,
Great catch.
That's a very important arrow, because Vanderjodel is one of the most important members of VACE, and we have a huge wave with all of those Voidlings coming in because of the Valvath.
It's just an army.
Yeah.
It's an army of Voidlings.
Look at
just
this.
look at that. 20 million in Sam's Clump.
It's an epidemic. It's horrible. Look at those critters just going through it, and they keep the pace going, Royal Family. Raging through the base. Very nice ultimate from Max, so they pick up MZ. Vashel is now down as well. Only 3 members left for VACE Esports, and no turrets to protect the Nexus as the damage keeps on going. And Royal Family is unstoppable here. We have a triple kill coming in for Dan, and that's game 4, dear spectators.
They looked shaky in the early game, but Wolfham in the end are clutch in winning such a game. And in the end, I was right. Wolfham maybe the strongest team in our division, but VACE definitely, like, they almost beat them. I mean, just think about it. It was like 6-1 ADC, 6-1 mid lane. They kind of had it in their hands, and in the end, 1 or 2 team fights could have changed it. They sadly lost, but definitely hear me out. VACE with a little bit more training, and I think they will reach top 3, and with that, we might see an underdog in the tournament who come on top. Who knows? So VACE definitely a big team to keep an eye on.
I mean, they definitely kept Royal Family on their toes. How does QG? How did he always say during the years? Lol, they
had more go buttons.
They had more go buttons, but in the end, it was very close until it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's the phrase. I think the phrase was more go buttons always wins or something.
Yeah, I guess he's more famous for that one.
Yeah.
All the catchphrases, which, by the way, talking about him, you might have noticed that there was some wonderful observer stuff being done by, well, yours truly, QG. Big shout out to him for doing such a great job. It was very, very pleasant to see.
And big shout out to Daniel and Francois and the regie, of course. I mean, without them, no regie, so
Yes.
just always important to mention them. And then, of course, all those good sponsors like Post, of course, like the main sponsor, like Kia, and I forgot the others. I don't know, Plume.
And of course, coming in as always for the PostTV Esports Masters, Samsung still there, always there as a main sponsor for the season. And with that, we are heading towards end of the show. But before we really wrap it up, maybe we can take a look at the leaderboards, as they should be up to date and ready to be taken a look at after today's first game day. Of course, we had 4 intense games of League of Legends here, which already set a bit the tone here for the rest of the season. Royal Family Esports, having won both of their games, are all the way at the top with a 2-0, followed up by Snooze Esports, who've had their win earlier today, and VACE Esports, which won their first game but lost the second very closely against Royal Family Esports. Even though it wasn't a very long game, it was very close until the end.
Yeah, and in the end, all other teams, Red Lion, Stable, and Hitmonlee, all with 0-1 on the 4th place together. And with that, hopefully we see them back on top, maybe in the next couple of leagues. Maybe some of them will make a crazy comeback, or maybe sit on the lower end of all of those standings. Just for you to know, the first one gets into the grand finals and the finals and then the second and third get into the semifinals to get into the finals. Like I think the fourth one just is the fourth one and nothing happens, and then fifth and sixth need to play relegation. So all places matter except the fourth. You just sit there and you did it. I mean,
Yeah,
you stand in the league, I guess. So
You're happy
it's
to not
important as
play
well.
relegation. You're happy to
Yeah.
not play relegation.
Yeah, that's correct. But sadly, you miss out of playoffs. But you miss out of the good playoffs, but at least you miss out of the worst playoffs. So I think fourth place is still worth it.
So what?
Yeah.
Well, without any further ado, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Of course, this is only the start. This was game day 1 of the 5th season of the Post Esports Masters. We'll be back on Thursday, same time, for day 2 as things are starting to unravel here in this 5th season.